This is the Bilt World Elite Mastercard, and the more I use it, the more I like it. So much so that it might even be my new favorite card of the year, especially because it's starting to rival some other cards that I use at least whenever I go out to eat at a restaurant. And perhaps even more noteworthy, it actually makes me excited to pay rent, which is something that I've never been able to say before. So what we're going to do in this video is answer pretty much every possible question you can think of about this card and have it be a really comprehensive guide for you in case you're considering getting it, or if you're new to the card and you already have it and you want to see all the great stuff it has to offer. We're going to look at the points, the overall rewards program in terms of what you can use the points for, all the benefits, how to actually pay rent, even some stuff beyond rent that you can still use the card for, plus a whole lot more. So if that interests you, stay tuned because this is going to be an awesome ride. Although there is just one tiny part of the ride that is not so great. So let's get that out of the way first. Pretty much the only not so great part about the card is that there is no welcome offer to earn in your first year that is publicly available, although some targeted offers may exist. For example, here's a screenshot from the Your Mileage May Vary blog where they got an email to earn an additional 10,000 Bilt points. Per the terms there in white font, it said that if they were to apply for the Bilt Mastercard in the next 7 days, and if they got approved, they could earn 10,000 points after making $1,000 in purchases beyond rent within the first 90 days. And here's another example from the Miles Talk blog. They said that once their card arrived, they got a targeted email saying they could earn 5 points per dollar on everything for the first 5 days, up to $10,000 of spend. Me personally, I received no such offer, but as the name of the first blog suggested, your mileage may vary, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for any offers that could come your way. Moving on to the reward structure, you can earn up to 5 points per dollar on Lyft purchases. That is 2 points per dollar as a Bilt member, and then an additional 3 points per dollar when you pay via your Bilt Mastercard. An account linking is required to do that. You can do that linking, by the way, by starting from your Bilt account and going to the rideshare tab there at the top, and then it will guide you through the process to link Bilt with Lyft. We also have a triple point per dollar category on dining, double on travel when you book that directly with the airlines, hotels, etc., or via the Bilt Travel portal. Then 1 point per dollar on rent payments, up to 50,000 points earned per calendar year on rent. And finally, 1 point per dollar on all other purchases. Now you'll notice that 4 of those reward categories, from dining down to other purchases, all end with an asterisk. That refers to the arrow there at the bottom that says that you must make at least 5 purchases per billing cycle to earn points. And that transaction requirement is to earn any points at all. So if you paid your rent, went out to eat once, and then bought something at a department store, that's 3 total transactions. If that's all you did for the entire billing cycle, you would not earn any points at all. You must make 5 or more to earn all of the points that you are eligible for. At first, I thought this was going to be a huge burden to keep track of how many purchases I've made every single billing cycle, but fortunately I logged into my Bilt app and online account and I saw pretty much my favorite feature ever. On the left-hand side is a screenshot from my online Bilt account, and on the right-hand side is a screenshot from my Bilt app. And what you see is a beautiful tracker showing me exactly how many transactions I've made so far during my statement period or billing cycle. So right now I've done 4 out of the 5. It shows me how many points I will earn. Right now it's 1,681 after I make that 5th transaction or more. And it even tells me when my statement period is going to end, which is on April 14th. And just when I thought they couldn't make it any easier than that, they did. They also sent me an email reminder and a push notification on my phone reminding me of the 5 transaction requirement. That way I would definitely not forget to use my card at least one more time to hit the required 5. A rewards program that actually reminds you that they want to give you points. You gotta love that. And by the way, that tracker does not currently appear if you've made 0 transactions so far during the billing cycle, and it also disappears after you've made your 5. So if you don't see it, don't freak out. It's just probably for one of those 2 reasons. Now let's take a look at what these points are actually worth once you go to redeem them. Bilt actually has quite a few ways to use your points, and there might even be more in the future. For now though, the main two there at the top are related to travel. There are some great transfer partners they can move your points out to, and you might be able to get around 1.7 cents each on average, depending on which partner you use and the travel itinerary that you build. That means 50,000 points will be worth $850. However, since using transfer partners effectively does require some strategy and planning, if you want a much more simple approach, Bilt also has its own travel portal that gives you a flat guaranteed rate of 1.25 cents per point towards flights, car rentals, hotels, and activities, so 50,000 points is worth $625. Now, for those of you looking to get on the path towards home ownership and you want to buy a home in the future, you can actually use your points toward a future down payment at a rate of 1.5 cents per point. So 50K points will be worth $750 there. Then, funny enough, redeeming your points toward rent payments is probably the least rewarding option on the platform. You just get 0.55 cents per point, so 50K points there is only $275. Bilt has also formed a lot of partnerships with other companies, allowing you to redeem your points for fitness classes and through the Bilt collection towards apparel, art, and decor. The value per point can vary a little bit here, but on average it's around 1 cent per point, so 50K points will now be worth $500. And lastly, there at the bottom in green, we have Amazon. You can actually link your Bilt and Amazon accounts together to redeem points directly at checkout. Although convenient, it's not a very favorable rate. At just 0.7 cents per point, that makes 50,000 points worth only $350. And you may have noticed a very common redemption missing from that list, which was cash back. At least at this time in early 2023, you cannot redeem Bilt points for cash back or as a statement credit. So for now, Bilt points are going to be best used for travel and towards a down payment toward a future house. Speaking of travel, Bilt has some fantastic transfer partners that you can use to book some great itineraries for future vacations. You can see the airline partnerships there at the top and the hotels there at the bottom. Feel free to pause this as long as you would like to look over these partners a bit longer. Now for something that we don't see very often in the credit card space because it much more resembles what we're used to with hotel or airline programs, and that is you can actually earn status tiers or elite status with Bilt's program. Across the top, you can see the 4 different tiers ranging from blue up to silver, gold, and platinum. And then on the left-hand side are the additional benefits and requirements you need to access or unlock each level. The blue level is pretty much unlocked by default for anybody who has earned less than 25,000 points, and that even includes 0. Silver requires earning 25,000 points in a year, gold at 50,000, and platinum at 100,000. You'll notice there at the bottom under the notes section that all these status tiers are based on the number of points earned via spend each calendar year. Also, the tier status earned at any point in a year remains active through the end of the following year. In terms of the benefits, you'll notice that all 4 levels give you access to Bilt's transfer partners, the Bilt collection, and the ability to build credit history. Then starting at this silver level, you'll have the ability to start earning a lease bonus when you sign a new lease or renew an existing lease. That is 10% bonus points there, gold at 25 and platinum at 50. Then we have a home ownership concierge for someone to help guide you through the home buying process for the first time. That begins at the gold level, also carries through at platinum. And finally, the Bilt collection gift is only given to platinum elite members. Up next, we've got the main benefits of the card, and I'm happy to say that not only are there quite a few of them, but many are actually very, very good. The first one is a personal favorite of mine called Rent Day, and it allows you to earn bonus rewards on the first of every month. And here's how it's typically structured. First up, we have the double points portion, which allows you to accelerate your point earnings. Instead of the regular 3-2-1 earning structure, most of those get doubled. So you'll now be earning 6 points per dollar on dining, 4x on travel, and double on all other purchases. The part that stays the same, however, is earning 1 point per dollar on rent payments. Below that, we have the rent giveaway challenge, meaning you solve a puzzle for a chance to have Bilt pay your rent for a month. And if that weren't enough, there are also giveaways and promotions on top of all of that. Now, these do vary from month to month, but some previous examples include the following: a World of Hyatt Elite Status Trial and Challenge, the ability to have your points worth 50% more than the regular rate when you redeem at Amazon, and also a transfer bonus with Hawaiian Airlines where 10,000 Bilt points became 20,000 miles. Then for a more lifestyle or fitness-oriented benefit, we've got Rent Day Rides, where when you book a SoulCycle class, you'll get a second bike reservation free for a friend. Plus, you can also earn 10 points per dollar on those bookings when you do so via the app or online. And for a little bit of fun, there's also the Point Quest, which allows you to play a trivia game to earn additional bonus points. I really like and appreciate how Bilt is creating a sort of culture around their rewards program that makes it pretty fun. It almost feels like an extension of the amenities offered by an apartment complex. Up next, we have an in-app benefit called Bilt for You, which allows you to stay up to date on the latest info in different categories. Travel with Points allows you to discover ways to redeem your points to travel the world, including itinerary examples, deal alerts, and more. Bilt 101 gives you everything you need to know about the world of Bilt and their program. Insider Tips gives you tips from travel experts. Bilt Fitness allows you to browse exclusive workouts and offers. Bilt Lifestyle gives you the ability to find inspiring artists and unique decor. And Bilt House helps you learn how to manage your money, build credit, and set yourself on a path toward homeownership. And for all my travelers out there, you're going to love this next benefit, especially if you've been wanting to learn how to use transfer partners more effectively. Bilt recently partnered with another company called Point.me to offer a new feature called Bilt by Point.me. And this allows you to search award availability across Bilt transfer partners and even compare different redemption options to see which transfer partner may be the best one to use before transferring your points. So check this out. I've got the Bilt app open here on my phone. I'm going to go over to the travel tab and then select the transfer partners tab there in the middle. And I'm going to search from LAX over to, let's go to London Heathrow Airport, and departing on, let's make it a June trip from the 10th through the 17th. Oh, it's just depart date only, done. And then we got economy class, that's fine. And we'll do the search button for one passenger. Now this might take about a minute or two, so I'm gonna cut the video right here and then show you the results as they all load in. All right, the results are in, so let's take a look at what we have here. So we've got some flights from United at 70,000 points plus $6 in fees and taxes. Some really expensive flights as well at 180,000. I probably won't be doing that. American Airlines at 100,500, also a 120. Also a 75,000 point option from AA. Keep moving down, some more from United. We also have KLM at 220,000 points. I don't think so, plus 150 in fees and taxes. Moving down further, more AA. Air Canada at 118,000. There we go. Usually Air Canada has some good pricing for this route. 72,600 points plus $27 in fees and taxes. What a great option that is right there to fly all the way across the US over to the UK. So of course you can keep on scrolling, see tons of results here, even go at the very top and look at all the filters. If you want to sort them by airline, by number of stops, the times, or even sort them by the quickest flights, the point requirements from low to high, and then also the top picks. And from there, you can see which programs cost the fewest number of miles, and then transfer your Bilt points into those programs and then book your flights on those airline sites using those miles on their program. Such an amazing partnership and integration to have this. Of course, the limitation being it does not work for all transfer partner options because it's only for Bilt's transfer partners. So it's limited in that respect, but as a free feature to learn the ins and outs of transfer partners to see which airlines can help you make a trip happen using the fewest number of points that you have in your Bilt account is a great step to making the world of transfer partners more accessible to more people. The next benefit is called pay by check. So if you cannot pay rent online, perhaps your landlord does not offer an online portal, Bilt can actually charge your card and send a paper check to your landlord via USPS first class mail. Here's a screenshot of where to go in the app to find that feature. You just go to the pay rent tab at the bottom, then the pay by check tab at the top, and then you'll see a button to set up check payments and that wizard will guide you through the process. There's also another fantastic feature called Bilt Protect Debit, which allows you to pay rent via your checking account and still earn points without using your credit limit. You'll also find this option on the Pay Rent tab inside the Bilt app. The Bilt Protect Debit has a toggle next to it, and all you gotta do is toggle it on before you submit your rent payment, and then it will just draw from your checking account rather than charging your credit card. As you can see there on the right-hand side, which is a screenshot from my checking account, I'm using Ally Bank, and it shows the Bilt Payments rent payment right there on March 6th for $16.14 and 80 cents. And then later on in the month when I got my statement, I saw the Bilt Protect rent line items there at the top under the summary of my account activity. One was a debit, one was a credit, pretty much wiping out the transaction from my card itself because it was drafted directly from my checking account. Therefore, the new balance that I had to pay by the due date was only $177.43, which represented my other transactions beyond rent for that billing cycle. Basically, this feature allows your account to function like a debit card rather than a credit card, which if you have a small credit limit can be very useful to keep your utilization down and therefore your credit score higher. Also, if you just like living a cash-based lifestyle more than you do using credit, again, using cash directly through Bilt, but still earning those rewards is a really great way to do it. I'd also like to mention that when I used Bilt Protect Debit for the first time, I was a little bit freaked out at first because I saw my rent transaction pending on my actual Bilt credit card. So I thought I was gonna be double charged. Like, why is it on my credit card and now they're gonna go ahead and draft it from my checking account on top of that? But that was not the case. Rather, that pending charge on my Bilt Mastercard just fell off and never posted, and only the funds from my checking account were withdrawn. So don't freak out if you see any sort of pending charges on your credit card. The Bilt Mastercard also comes with some partner benefits, including with DoorDash, where you get a 3-month Dash Pass membership and $5 off your first order each month. With Lyft, you'll get a $5 Lyft credit for every 3 rides you take per month. The Fandango benefit will give you a $5 reward each time you spend $20 on movie tickets or stream movies or TV shows with Fandango. And you'll also receive a complimentary ShopRunner membership for free 2-day shipping and returns at select partner merchants. On the travel and lifestyle side, you'll receive access to the MasterCard Airport Concierge to get access to preferred rates for a personal, dedicated meet and greet agent to escort you through the airport on departure, arrival, and or connecting flights, and expedited security and immigrations processes may also be available at select airports. Then the MasterCard Travel and Lifestyle Services benefit gives you access to a suite of benefits, amenities, upgrades, preferential treatment, and premium travel offers. You'll also get the Priceless Cities benefit to enjoy hidden gem experiences and special access events worldwide, Priceless Golf for special access and discounts to golf events and courses, and the second MasterCard Concierge. This one's not related to the airport, but rather for assistance planning trips, making reservations, getting event tickets, and more. Finally, there are also no foreign transaction fees, so you can save that 2 to 3% charge that would typically hit your account when you make purchases abroad. Incredible how much value this card offers, especially for a product that's supposed to be pretty much just focused on rent payments, but it really does go way beyond that, especially into the travel realm. And we're not even done yet. There are also some insurance and protections on this card that a lot of people are going to appreciate. The card comes with auto rental collision damage waiver, which, by the way, outside of New York, is primary rental car insurance in the US. It also has trip cancellation and interruption insurance, trip delay reimbursement, purchase security, and cell phone protection. I put some of the main points there on the screen, but of course a lot of terms do apply. Feel free to pause this screen and look it over in a bit more detail if you like. All right, so how do you actually pay rent with the Bilt card and avoid all those fees? Allow me to show you. First of all, if your in-network, that is your apartment complex, is within the Bilt Rewards Alliance, and your leasing office should make that clear to you up front if you don't already know, then you can pay directly in the Bilt app or online via the Bilt website. The reason for that is because all the in-network properties actually have direct integration with Bilt. However, if you're out of network, that is your apartment complex is not within the Bilt Rewards Alliance, you can still pay rent without fees, and there are a couple options to do so. Option 1 is the online portal. That is, you can pay through your property's online portal rather than through Bilt. And you do this using your Bilt rent account, not your Bilt Mastercard credit card. This rent account is kind of like a back end or hidden checking account that works with your overall Bilt account. Now, to add your Bilt rent account, what you want to do is on your property's online portal, choose the checking account option and then enter the routing number and account number, not the credit card number. And yes, I'll demonstrate that for you in just a moment. Or you can choose option 2 via paper check, which is great if you don't have access to an online portal or you prefer not to use one. For this, you can pay through the Bilt app, and Bilt will then mail a paper check via USPS first class mail, and that should be delivered within about 5 to 7 business days. And here's the same screenshot that you saw earlier demonstrating where to go. Again, it was the pay rent tab at the bottom, then pay by check at the top, and then set up check payments. Now, since my property offers an online portal through which I can use to pay my rent, I actually screenshotted my entire journey going through this to show you how it all works. So here's what my online portal looks like. I logged in and I wanted to add my Bilt rent account to be my new payment method. So I selected there outlined in red to add a bank account, not a credit or debit card. On the next page, it then prompted me to enter all the typical info to link a bank account, including the routing number and the account number. And then below there next to that red arrow, I also made sure that I was adding the type of checking account. Now, to find your routing number and account number for your Bilt account, you can find it in 2 different places. The first one is to log on to your Bilt account online at BiltRewards.com and go to the Pay Rent tab there at the top, and then just scroll down a bit and you'll see your numbers right there. You can also find them in the Bilt Rewards app by going to the Pay Rent tab there at the bottom, then making sure you're on the Pay Rent Online tab there on the top, and then right in the middle of the screen, you'll see your routing number and your account number to copy and paste. Now, my online resident payment portal has me verify via trial deposits whenever I link a new payment account. So I was prompted with this. You may or may not have the same for your portal, but they're going to verify by making a small deposit into my new Bilt account. It may take 1 to 3 business days. I'll then go check my bank account transaction summary, see how much the amount was, and then go back to my payment portal and confirm or verify the amount. Now, since the Bilt rent account is not a traditional consumer-facing checking account, they do things a little bit differently. Once my property management payment system deposited that trial deposit, Bilt sent me an email and a text message saying, hey, we received your trial deposit. In my case, it was for 8 cents. Go ahead and type that into your payment portal to confirm. So I logged back into my resident payment portal. I saw my account listed there for the Bilt Mastercard as pending. I clicked on verify right there, boxed in red. I then typed in 8 cents for the deposit amount. I submitted that, and then I was all confirmed and ready to go. All of that was just for a one-time setup. So now that my Bilt account is linked, just like a Chase checking account would be linked, I now go forward and pay rent online through my portal like I normally would with any other checking account. I just select Bilt as the account that I want to use. And the nice thing here is that not only does my landlord send me my auto confirmation of, hey, we received your payment, but Bilt also sends me an email confirmation saying that my payment was submitted as well. So Mark, since my Bilt account comes with a routing number and an account number like a checking account would, does that mean I can use it to pay non-rent payments that will not accept credit cards and still earn points? I'm glad you asked. Here's the answer. On the Bilt website, under their frequently asked questions section, I saw this. Can I use the Bilt rent account for other non-rent transactions like my phone bill? And here was their answer. You can use your Bilt Mastercard anywhere Mastercard is accepted, but the Bilt rent account is only for rent and rent-related charges to earn points on your rent transaction and avoid credit card fees. Your Bilt rent account may be flagged or deactivated if misused. But what does rent-related charges mean? Well, I decided to chat with their assistant online, and here's what I found out. Your Bilt rent account can be used for rent and rent-related charges. We have an internal team that validates these charges. Each rental statement can be a bit different, which is why our internal team reviews the payments. Currently, you can use the Bilt rent account for the following transactions: HOA fees, security deposit, electric bill, gas bill, water bill, condo fees, college living and university housing as long as it's not paid as part of tuition, cable, internet, cell phone payment, and application fees. And to answer one more final burning question, since this card is issued by Wells Fargo, how do you actually pay your bill? Is it through Wells Fargo or Bilt? The answer is you can use both. If you prefer to use Wells Fargo, you can do so from your online account or via the Wells Fargo app via the Make Payment feature. Likewise, if you prefer to use Bilt, you can do so from your online Bilt account or via the Bilt app. Either way, it has a Make Payment feature there too. Which means, yes, you can actually pay your bill only through Bilt and never have to create an online Wells Fargo account if you don't want to. And for the biggest question of the entire video, is the Bilt Mastercard worth it? Well, the answer is going to be yes and no for certain types of people. So let's see who those types of people are. The Bilt World Elite Mastercard can definitely be worth it if you live in an apartment and pay rent, and that holds true if you're in network with the Bilt Rewards Alliance, or if you're out of network, that is a non-Bilt property. Beyond that, it can also make sense if you spend a lot on dining at restaurants, if you want to earn travel rewards, if you want insurance coverages with no annual fee, and if you also want a good travel card with no foreign transaction fees. That said, this card will probably not be worth it for you if you're not renting an apartment and paying rent, because at this time, mortgages for homes do not qualify, although it would be cool to see that development in the future. It also doesn't make sense to get this card if you won't use it for at least 5 transactions per month. And by the way, rent payments do count as one of those, so you gotta make at least 4 more. Also, if you want to earn cashback rewards, this card makes no sense because right now cashback is not an option. And lastly, if you have other travel cards providing you with all the rewards, benefits, and protections that you need. And with all that said, if you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit other people, then please help me get it in front of them by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on those notifications. Also, check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, to learn a little bit more about the Bilt Mastercard and all that it has to offer, and to view my site with some great credit card offers that I've organized into different categories to help you find the cards that you like best. I thank you all for watching today's video. I hope it brought you some great value and a much greater understanding of the Bilt credit card itself and the overall rewards program. I look forward to seeing you in future videos, and while you're waiting on the next one to hit this channel, always remember that you are great. And in case you were curious, it weighs 17 grams.